Look where we are. We've made it far. The overgrowth is breaking apart. Step by step, don't rush ahead. Winter's kind. She gives you breath. Rain will come. For now you're numb. Take my hand. Keep looking up.
Round of 16. Maru, Solar, Cure, Dream, GSL Season 1, Code S. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6, 2021, GSL Season 1.
What's up, everybody? We're back. We're ready for the winners match in Group B. We had an insanely epic TVZ that brought us to here, and then the
Worst TVT
most
we've ever
shallow TVT we've ever had,
Yeah.
to be honest.
had. It was the worst.
It really was like a
Welcome to Clown World, boys.
story you would teach your StarCraft kid so that they wouldn't make the same mistakes.
The exact same build from both players, both games, with
Yeah.
instant loss from Cure. I'm sorry you guys had to see that.
Yeah.
But this is the harsh reality of esports sometimes.
Not all these games are created equally. And
Well,
that
that's for
was a
sure.
moment that I think we can definitely all agree was proof of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let's see what
Well.
Dream does against Maru. Imagine if he just does it twice more and gets out of the group. I'm like, I don't know.
yeah,
I guess he's the
nothing
best player
makes
in the
sense
world.
anymore. We're gonna see. They're doing their Hot 6 plug down there.
Hot 6 is great.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
It is.
But we got to wait for them to do that plug before we actually go into the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't have
TVT
anything to
coming
say
out.
because that TVT was so.
Well, it sucked the life out of
it
me.
was just there was nothing to it.
It was a vampiric TVT.
a vampiric TVT.
Yeah.
Damn. I think this next one's going to be better.
It's like I wasn't really sick, but they put leeches on me anyways. That's what that TVT was.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, you were okay, but they did some bloodletting.
Yeah,
and,
they had to let my blood a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's good. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Take some of his blood.
They might want to open my skull later. I don't know. We'll
Drill
see.
a hole in there.
Yeah.
That'll fix you right
Let
up.
that pressure out of there. Let the demons out.
Let the demons out. They always come out through the
Look,
top
as
of the
long
head.
as they slip with the drill and I forget that TVT series, I'm good with it, man.
Yeah. So, excuse me. We are probably going to see Maru, I would imagine, dominate here. I mean, Dream's good, but
Well, we wouldn't know if Dream's good for those last
Yeah,
games.
it's
It
true.
doesn't-
there's not much that you can take from that. You know, there are builds that just flat out are countered by other builds, and it's funny that we had it 2 times in a row.
Exact same builds from both players 2 times in a row, yeah.
Right. But even when Dream won, it was kind of funny. He was like, okay.
Okay, so Maru versus Dream. And then Cure versus Solar. I think that'll be a very interesting one. I don't know what to expect here, Maru versus Dream. But as you said, assume Maru's going to bash some face.
I would imagine so. All right, Maru. I mean, I think when he watches that, he doesn't have anything to take away from there either, right? I mean, whatever Dream really has in store for Maru, it's going to be a surprise. Dream really wasn't so much put to the test as he just kind of did his opener and everything fell into place. He did micro the Reaper as well. Let's give credit where credit's due.
Sure.
We're going to go to Pillars of Gold here for map number 1 in this best of 3. Remember, the winner of this best of 3 moves on into the round of 8. The loser goes down into the finals match, final match of the day. They're not eliminated, but right now you definitely want to try to get out. This is a tough group, and maybe Dream causes an upset. Let's see. Game 1's ready. Let's go.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world.
Team NV, Maru. Good Game Gaming, Dream.
Yeah, so there's 6 matchups in StarCraft 2. 4,200 matches,
Yes.
which means that we have about 700 of each matchup that have been played in GSL.
Roughly. Yeah.
So, yeah, that TVT was
That was the worst
the
one of them all.
700th best TVT series that we've had. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the very best one was. I don't know. We've had a lot of good TVTs. Anyways, yeah, no barracks in the center of the map this game.
Look at these crazy guys.
Look at them, yeah.
A couple of crazies over here just making their stuff in their base. Like, look at me, I just make my stuff here. It's normal.
Look at that. 8 to 8 all time, but 0 in Legacy of the Void, which is
That's so weird.
over half the lifespan of StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it's like 5 years ago.
Well,
They just never faced?
Yeah, well, they face each other like a really long time ago.
Yeah.
And that
No, but
makes
not a Legacy,
sense.
though, apparently.
Well, during Legacy, Dream wasn't there for most of it.
That's true.
But Dream was around, like, even in the early MLG days, where he and Maru were both up-and-coming Terrans. And actually, there was more talk about Dream back then than Maru. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. The Reaper just going to do a little bit of combing through the map here. The Maru, an excellent TVTer here. I think this is going to be a great test to kind of see where Dream is at as a player and how well he can hold his own.
Well,
Oh, man, that's rough.
it's not a good start, is it?
No. Not a good sign. That was not Cure's Reaper.
No.
So we've got the expand coming down on the low ground. These are very middle-of-the-road builds on both sides.
Yeah, very, very standard stuff. Starport coming up here for Maru. Probably see that in just a second for Dream. Yep, there it is. Probably get his reactor going relatively soon, too. But he's actually making a mine first. Maybe because he lost the Reaper. So Maru getting a little bit of harass. Look at that. Gets that SCV, and that's because he was able to catch that Reaper. He's easily able to do a move like that.
Okay. Some slow build up here. We've got the main tech structures coming down. Maru going to get out that first tank. I will say it does seem like in TVTs lately they've been shorter than they have been in the past. You know what I'm saying? It does seem like Terrans have gotten good enough that even on 2-base versus 2-base, you can actually kill another player.
Yeah.
Which didn't used to be the base. It used to be TVT was like, if you're both on 2 bases, like nothing will happen.
Pretty much.
For a long time.
It's hard to...
Not the case anymore.
There's a lot of defender's advantage in TVT.
Yeah. Well,
Siege tanks in siege mode are, like, pretty good.
yeah. So we've got that medevac coming out here, and here's going to be the first push. Now, we do have a Raven being made over on the side of Dream. The Raven is very handy in some of these situations for holding stuff off. If you have the medevac in a wrong position, an auto turret can catch it if it's already taken a little bit of damage, especially with that Cyclone coming out as well.
Coming up, and the Reaper is actually there to spot this, so that's very, very powerful. All right, drops out that siege tank. Oh, and loads up the Reaper when it gets locked onto. Very nice. Loads onto this high ground. Yeah, Maru putting out some real damage here.
Yeah, and he's going to get the reactor. Don't forget how long that takes to actually make that building. The Raven's going to be out, but this is actually an incredible amount of damage on the infrastructure here. The first tank's out, but that was such a nimble pickup there by Maru. He's going to pull away. The tank will go without being killed, just picked up there by the medevac. And Maru in and out, destroyed the add-on, killed some other units in the process, and has only lost 1 SCV in this game so far.
Look how much
That's
he's
insane.
killed. Look how much he's killed. That's
That,
wild.
that should almost be impossible. Yeah, he's like, all right, well, just take these 2 Reapers then. How about that?
Yeah, that's kind of funny, isn't it? He actually got supply blocked, so I think that might have been on purpose. Those don't really scale that well, and maybe get a scout off.
Well, the follow-up attack is going to be even scarier. Everything's been hiccuped. I mean, he's having to remake that reactor. That's a lot of time where the barracks is not really
Very true.
adding to the value of your production.
Maru now pushing out. Has a Smedevac. Full of Marines. Has a few tanks there. Has a Raven as well. Dream has 2 Ravens, right?
He should, right?
I think so.
Okay, so a quiet drop over here. There is a Cyclone here to catch this.
Marine walks up and takes that hit. Oh, just going to siege the gas, maybe? It's being a bit annoying.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be an auto turret attack over here. Not bad. But hitting the gas is actually a pretty big deal. Gas is extremely important in TVT. And, you know, this attack, it does damage, but it doesn't last. I mean, the auto turrets dissipate extremely quickly.
Good damage, though.
Yeah, very good damage.
Gets 7 SCVs. That's really reasonable.
Maru is also so strong at kind of just staying on the edge of everything and doing damage wherever he can. But he's going to back up. Another auto turret comes down.
Oh, I love it.
The SCVs are promptly evacuated. They'll wait for that to wear off and resume what he was doing before.
Yeah, really nice auto turret harassment during all this. Really the one thing in here really keeping him in a decent position this game. It's kind of funny. That's actually how we saw TY die as well, if you recall.
Right.
Was auto turret harassment. He was like out being very active, just like we just saw Maru doing. But with nothing at home to stop the auto turrets, took a bunch of damage. Here we are. Same thing here tomorrow. These good Terrans. Something wrong against the Raven, huh?
Chases that away. Here comes the third attack out, and this one is probably the scariest because the third base is being taken out for Dream. He's not in as much of a comfortable spot when you're on 2 bases here. We scan, we see the tanks aren't sieged up yet, and it looks like Maru may angle to come here on the side.
Look at this, he has a lot of energy on those, so might see some disables going on, or mass auto turret, that works as well. Oh my God, Maru just pushing forward right now. Those auto turrets massacring, but having a hard time targeting that last siege tank. The auto turrets actually blocked his tanks quite a bit, so he lost a bit more than maybe he needed to, but kills off basically everything Dream has there.
Yeah, the push is coming through now. And can he actually get the CC? He's got an SCV under it repairing, but I mean, I don't see much here to defend. And honestly, losing the third CC like this could be fatal.
Looks like he does get to repair it, but
I mean, it just doesn't matter.
Done, yeah,
he's already in there. Maru was so much better than Dream in that game, it was insane.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, harassment-wise, Dream did very well with those auto turrets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just Maru picked him apart in every other way.
Well, he's got such surgical precision with these engagements.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of cut through, and I love that he just pulls away again when he's like, no, this is not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back.
Well, that's the
He's
sign
like,
of a champion.
I've got another tank. I'm going to try again.
Fantastically done from Maru, showing his level. Juggernaut.
Maru with a 1-0 lead. Let's see if Dream can step it up. But right now, Maru, I mean, making it look like he's playing a 4th race here that's overpowered.
Yeah,
really.
People have said that about him before.
Yeah. And so it's going to be on Juggernaut for our next map. Right now, Maru with a 1-0 lead. If Maru wins here, he'll be the first player to advance out of Group B. Moving on to the round of 8 of the GSL.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. They're living a life like
Team NV, Maru. Good Game Gaming, Dream.
All right. SCVs.
Yeah, there's an SCV coming up here on the left.
What's the plan?
It looks like Maru could actually hide a factory up here, or maybe a second barracks.
Yeah, that's.
I guess a
kinda
second
feeling
barracks
second
for
barracks.
the timing.
For both.
This makes more sense. Wow.
People love this build right now.
Okay.
Kissing his keyboard there.
Are there is there a deviation in these two builds that can still happen, or is this going to be mirrored no matter what?
It's definitely 2x Reaper on both sides, right?
Right, but I mean, is there another step where, like, in the build where you can either do this or that could make this better for one side and not the other?
I think if one side is indecisive, they're the one that's in trouble.
So it's more about circumstance then, and kind of.
It's like if your first two Reapers get into your opponent's base and they try to like defend with one and attack you with one, then they're probably in
they're
trouble.
going to lose.
So it's like either both need to defend or both need to attack, and it's probably both need to attack because you're not going to know that this is happening until you get there and see it, right?
Right.
Because the second barracks is hidden. So like, it should be 2 Reapers in base against 2 Reapers in base, and then maybe the new Reapers helping to defend.
Right.
That's kind of my guess as to how this will go.
So the CC is going to come down here. Let's watch the mini-map closely here. See where everybody's positioned, how soon they're going to dive in. Maru's got his 2 Reapers ready. And he's going to be coming here almost through the front door. And same with Dream.
Right about the same time. So now they know that they're both doing exactly the same builds.
Okay, so he walls that in, but of course they can just hop right up.
Keeps the SCV out, though, which is important.
Yeah, the SCV actually does make a difference.
Oh, actually some damage onto Dreams already. A little bit onto Mars, but he gets outside the wall. Oh, Dream loses one.
Okay, so this is a lot more damage coming out here from Maru. The Marine can't get that.
Oh, that's interesting that he actually popped out a Marine.
Yeah, how funny, huh?
And he's going to force a cancel on the CC, but he's not going to get his own CC cancel, I don't think.
Yeah, no, Maru's in spectacular shape right now. He's actually going to hop up here. Now, he could end up catching... No, I guess not, actually. He can't really catch the other Reaper as it comes out. Now,
look at that micro from Maru.
Ah! Oh. Yeah, until he did that.
Yeah, he lost his SCV. Needed to jump up. But yeah, he didn't have to cancel his command center, so definitely an advantage there.
Yeah. And with no CC close to finishing here, it's being remade in the main now for...
Oh!
Wait.
Cancels. That's interesting. I guess the number of Reapers coming across is too scary.
Oh,
and he knows
weird.
it'll just get canceled. So does that put Dream in the lead? Because he already restarted his CC.
Let's see where he jumps up and how the fight goes. I don't know, man. These Marines, I guess, if he doesn't actually kill the Reapers, they're going to heal. I mean, these Marines can't be healed yet. There's no medevac in this game.
Yeah, this is rough. There's a lot of damage on Maru's units here. That's funny, because it seemed like he was really outplaying him for a bit.
We don't get to cast this kind of situation very often, right?
No, not too often indeed. Look at how red everything is from Maru.
Yeah. Maru actually made an unfinished, is it an eBay? There's some building blocking where the thing needs to land.
Oh, that's funny.
At 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, that's his floating barracks, actually, or maybe his finished barracks. But yeah, it looks like the depot will fall. He does have a Hellion out, so maybe he lives technically, but it's a bad situation.
It's going to be hard to get down that ramp. I mean, obviously Reapers can hop, but it's like it's mostly Marines, you know, for Maru now. So this is a pretty good contain from Dream.
Pulling back a little bit as he catches that one as it comes out. Gets the kill. And hops up. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, but apparently there's just so many Reapers that he kind of snowballs the fight.
All right.
And that was like literally everything Maru had. I think Maru might just die here.
Yeah. I think Maru had to take the fight. Like, he was getting Hellion shots off on that unit, so it was about as good as he was going to get, and it was not good enough.
Yeah, nice control here. Trying to just zone these back. Gets that shot off. This is so weird.
Yeah, these games are wild.
So Maru's down 25 workers to Dream's 35. They are going to both be landing their CCs at about the same time. Dream is looking very, very strong here. But again, it's Maru's comeback potential that I worry about here.
Yeah. He's down 9 workers, so that's a little bit rough. Dream still keeping the pressure on. Oh, Maru's going 3rd CC very, very quickly. So, yeah, I guess he's planning on going into a much longer game here to try to come back. Which is probably a good idea. It's not like you're going to get any attacks off on a Dream with what's happened so far this game.
Yeah. Funny game. This is actually such a weird TBT. We've never quite casted a game like this.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Comes over with 2 Cyclones and a Viking. Maru just has to keep going up the ramp. Like, what is he supposed to do here?
Yeah.
Like, he can micro frantically, but he's
Auto
so
turn.
slowed down.
Yeah, auto turret comes down. Dream is pulling through further and further with a lead here. It's 46 supply to 78, and Maru just taps out. Just get me out of this game and get me into game 3. And I gotta say, that was honestly one of the most technical early game TVTs we've had. There was so many decisions to make. It was fascinating to see Maru then lean into Marines.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
Dream said, no, I want to keep going Reapers because, you know, if you win the fight early with the Reapers then deal the damage. But if you make the Marines and hold the Reapers off, then Maru's in a better spot.
Yeah, the Marines will actually be useful later in the game, but if you can make the Reaper useful through its healing, through its grenades, through its micro,
Right.
then you can get a big advantage like we saw there from Dream.
Okay, we're going to go to Oxide for the final map. Dream really playing the TVT of his life back there, defeating Maru, although the circumstances were pretty unusual.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see how these two guys are going to open up. This is the last map between these two. Someone's going to win and move on to the round of 8. The other has to keep fighting onward here in Group B.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. They're living a life
Team NV, Maru.
A bit of side mouth there.
Good Game Gaming, Dream.
Good Game Gamer Gaming Esports.
I think we should capitalize the A in gaming. What do you think?
I think we should take the A and turn it into the number 4. It's the easiest decision I've ever had to make.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, actually. You're right.
Elite Gamer Game, Good Gaming Esports. Good game, game. What about good game, it's not a game? So many ways we can do this.
Yeah. It's just such a funny name.
Well,
There's a lot of
there's
funny
just something
team
funny
names.
about putting esports and game or gaming or something into everything. It's just like, I don't know.
Now,
Like, yeah.
professional sports teams don't. It's not like the Celtics aren't called Celtics
Yeah,
basketball,
the
right? They're
Chiefs
just
are not
the
called
Celtics.
Chiefs football.
Yeah.
It's like we're the Chiefs. We're a football team. I'm like, well, how would I know that you're
Are
a
any of the
football team?
teams
I
called
thought you were.
sports.
I thought you were just in charge of your tribes. I don't know. No, nobody would do that.
But like, nothing's called sports, right?
No.
It's not like Cowboys sports.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I hear the Cowboys, I'm like, well, how do I know that we're not talking about just, yeehaw Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you mean the
the sports
Dallas
team.
Cowboys. Oh.
Oh man. Huh. Well, I like the clarity of esports or gaming. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if Dream was really a gamer or not, if he was like an esporter or
I
a
was
gamer.
worried he was a fake gamer, but now that I know that he's not a fake gamer,
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. All right.
Pretty standard openers here.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrored builds.
Okay. In this game, I mean, these things are sizing up to be a lot more like what Game 1 was. Just in the sense that there haven't been any, big attacks early on, proxied stuff, or anything of the like. So, I'm excited. Can Dream actually hold on? Because in game one, Maru just sort of owned him.
Yeah.
Came out, hit him in a couple different angles, hardly lost anything in any of the attacks, and then just pushed right through the third into the main and ended it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like such a decisive victory.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is where it gets tricky for who to root for. So if Maru wins, I think Solar plows through everybody. And
Interesting.
if Maru loses, I think we get an epic final match, but then either Maru or Solar won't go through.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem right either, right? So who do I root for, Tasteless?
Well, I think Maru's going to take this. I think that's a very safe bet.
Well, we're going to see. He's moving out right now. Important moment, no doubt.
Sees the medevac.
Ooh.
Wait.
Oh, he turns around.
He's going to just keep committing.
Yeah, his medevac going in, but turns around with everything else.
Oh, that was a terrible target there.
Yeah, it's hard to get a good one when there's a medevac. Very microable. Now Dream sieged up.
But Maru decides to do the same kind of drop, only here on the low ground, denying the expansion, whereas Dream is basically hitting infrastructure, first and foremost destroying the reactor.
Yeah, he's getting a Banshee, so I think the Banshee is a really good counter to this.
Yeah, we don't have a Banshee being made on Dream's side of the map, so I think this attack is about to be thwarted here.
Yeah, it looks like he just sets up at that natural. He did bring less units, don't forget. He sent some of his units home. So kind of makes sense. Okay, now the Banshee is out, and he is just going to dive upon it, and he will be able to clean this up. All right, 3 SCVs lost there. But still, Maru up 4 workers. And still denying that base a little bit.
Okay, chipping away now at this. Again, this attack has not been stopped yet. I mean, obviously, Dream's going to have enough to deal with it now, but Dream did seem to be slowed down quite a bit. The second move is now inbound here. We have medevacs on the move. Or they were. They're at the top, very, very center of the map. Here comes that Banshee.
Yeah, nothing up here really to defend. So the Viking will come back and clean it up, but not before it gets some more SCVs. This is quite impactful. Look at that worker difference. 11 worker advantage for Maru. 11 workers is really significant at this point in the game.
So, as the game goes on here, I mean, Maru, it does seem like although both of them endured some damage, back and forth there, it definitely seems like Maru's ahead now. He's got 46 workers to 35. And I think he's continuing to, even with this little Reaper here, just continuing to do a little bit of extra damage here and there. Maru also has more tanks and more Ravens. I think actually similar to game one, we're going to have to see when the third base lands how Dream is going to fare.
Still down quite a bit of workers here. Maru building up a really high quality army.
Yeah. And we have a move out now here from Dream. It seems like he's going to try to maybe push towards like up into the main again, but Maru's pretty much positioned to fight that.
And with 2
if he
Ravens,
needs to.
like, can you imagine Dream really
No.
getting anything done here?
I mean, auto turrets are going to be so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can disable if you want. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can handle a situation.
Well, I don't hate like Dream moving out and just like poking the edges, but if he overcommits here, it could go very badly.
Okay, he's going to push out here now. Heading over, he's going to disable both these tanks. The Ravens first used here for Dream. The fight's going to come down. It's still halfway before this disable is going to be outlasted. Somehow he kills more tanks on the other side. Great usage of auto turret there as well. And I mean, just sort of dumpstering that attack entirely.
Look, disable is really cool, but then you have less auto turrets in the auto turret battle.
Yeah, it seems like, disable, it's going to make the tanks not there in the fight, but the auto turrets is just going to be more damage output. The tanks can't fight, but they can still take damage on their own here. And so, I mean, it does seem like Maru just kind of knows more of these circumstantial TVT situations and how to handle it. Like, Dream has his cool tactics, but apparently all the tactics that Maru have are basically better.
Yeah, and look at this. He is just going to punch through into this third base as Dream lands it. Easily kill everything off, and GG is called. Maru advances in first place.
Yeah, great game. Very impressive stuff from Maru. And look, I mean, this is what we thought was going to happen, right? I mean, he won, he dominated, and of course Maru goes on to the round of 8.
Yeah, as expected, he wins the group.
You know, again, I think you can see Dream has a little bit of a different personality in his play. Even like the disable versus the auto turret, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. What Maru did was probably the better way to do it, but, you know, he still has to iron out some of these things in his play. The thing about Maru is he doesn't even know every situation basically perfectly. That's why that second game win from Dream was so exciting.
Well, his feel for the game is really beyond any other Terrans.
Yeah,
you can tell just by even the way he expands. It's like, oh, you just get more bases than everyone. You really do know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. He just seems to have such a good handle on the race and the game and the ebb and the flow of everything. We're going to go to an interview now, see how Maru's feeling. He's moved on to the round of 8.
After defeating Dream in the winners match, Maru moves on to the round of 8. Congratulations. Thank you. So you gain a 2-1 win over Dream in the TVT match. How do you feel? Well, it was a really hard game from the start. I didn't think I would advance, but I'm really fortunate too. You said it was difficult, but your micro definitely shined today. In your second set against Dream, the opponent's Reapers were very sharp as well. So what went through your mind in the second set? I was really surprised. I didn't know what to do. Well, the first match against Solar was really neck and neck. So you picked Solar in the group nomination, but that was a really intense game. What do you think? Well, I really thought I made a Sora preparation in Desora, but I was wrong. But in the end, I'm really happy to have won in that game. The Pillars of Gold game was really, really intense. And the game was just like going on forever. So when did you think that you won the game? I really didn't know like when I would win the game. Everything was just like really flexible. And you guys fought it out for the 11 o'clock base. So if you hadn't acquired the 11 o'clock base, what do you think would have happened? I'll probably be in the losers bracket right now. I realized that I have to defeat the Broadlords with the swords. I learned that yesterday. So Maru, right now TY was eliminated in the Group A. And from the look of things, Group B is looking really interesting right now. So Maru, do you think you'll be able to win the GSL this season? I actually thought TY would advance no matter what in Group A, but he surprisingly got eliminated. So I knew that this is my chance to win the season because TY is eliminated. I think Hurricane's good at TVZ, but watching him play against Bunny, I think his TVT is lacking. So I think Hurricane's a good opponent for me. Alright, so Maru, before you go, anything you want to say? Well, this feels like a round of 8 in a long time. I was not in the Super Tournament, so this feels like a game in a long time. Once again, congratulations, Maru. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. All right, well, Maru moves on. That's what we thought was going to happen. Now we got to see how Solar's going to do.
Yeah. Solar going up against Kier. Kier can't possibly have worse games than he's already had today, so the sky's the limit.
Yeah. We don't even really know where Kier's at right now. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, Solar's going to be up against Kier. Solar probably still exhausted from the best of 3 that he did play earlier.
Maybe.
Anyways, guys, we got that break, and then we're going to go to the losers match.